Welcome to our video exploring the fascinating world of Pokemon and their place on the Tree of Life. Today, we take a closer look at Azumarill and its connection to Wigglytuff. Ready? Let's dive in! The European rabbit, Oryctolagus cuniculus, is the only species in the genus Oryctolagus, Old World rabbits, within the family Leporidae. It is the wild ancestor of all domestic rabbits known today. European rabbits have grayish-brown fur, with the nape ranging from brown to rusty red. Unlike the European hare, they have relatively short ears, 6 to 8 centimeters, are considerably more slender, weighing 1.3 to 2.2 kilograms, and possess shorter hind legs. Their head and body length ranges from 35 to 45 centimeters, while the tail measures 4 to 7 centimeters. Following the end of the last ice age, the Weichselian glaciation, the natural distribution of the European rabbit was limited to most of the Iberian Peninsula, southern France, and North Africa. The name Spain is believed to derive from the Phoenician language and originally meant land of the Hyraxes. Because the Phoenicians had never encountered rabbits before, they mistook them for Hyraxes, animals that were familiar from their homeland, and used the same word to describe them. Since antiquity, the European rabbit has been introduced to Italy and Western Europe. During the Middle Ages, it spread to France and the British Isles, and in the early modern period, it was introduced to Germany. In 1934, it was introduced to Sveti Ivan Island in Bulgaria, as well as to numerous other islands throughout the world's oceans. Today, the species occurs throughout almost all of Europe, with the exception of central and northern Scandinavia and Iceland. During the 18th and 19th centuries, rabbits were introduced to Australia, in 1788 and again in 1859 and New Zealand. They were also established in South Africa and North America, and after several unsuccessful attempts, beginning in the mid-19th century, became established in South America during the mid-20th century. Today, they also inhabit numerous islands across the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Africa, and throughout the Caribbean. The European rabbit is considered one of the 100 most harmful invasive species in the world. European rabbits are highly social animals that live in colonies of varying sizes. They construct extensive underground burrow systems, preferably in loose, sandy soil, and frequently make use of man-made earth embankments as suitable locations for their warrens. These tunnel systems may extend up to 3 meters deep and 45 meters in total length. Rabbits are primarily crepuscular, being most active at dawn and dusk. However, they can sometimes be seen sunbathing in the early morning, and in urban environments where they have adapted well to human presence, they may also be active during the day. When threatened, rabbits produce loud warning signals by forcefully thumping the ground with their hind feet, alerting nearby colony members to danger. When experiencing intense pain or extreme fear, they are also capable of emitting long, high-pitched screams. European rabbits are herbivores, feeding primarily on grasses, herbs, and leaves. They also occasionally consume bark and twigs. Their small intestine measures approximately 3 to 3.5 meters in length. Food is stored not only in the stomach, but especially in the exceptionally large cecum. Like all mammals, rabbits do not produce enzymes capable of digesting cellulose. Instead, the breakdown of tough plant material occurs through fermentation by microorganisms living in the cecum. The intestinal microbiota consists primarily of bacteria belonging to the genus Bacteroides. After remaining in the cecum for 2 to 12 hours, the resulting cecal pellets consist of roughly equal parts undigested plant material and bacterial biomass. Depending on the time of day, rabbits produce 2 different types of feces. The soft feces, produced mainly at night and excreted in the early morning, are eaten immediately after being passed. This behavior, known as cecotrophy, allows rabbits to recover valuable bacterial proteins, as well as vitamins, amino acids, and other nutrients produced during fermentation. During the day, water is removed from the intestinal contents, producing the familiar hard, dry pellets, which are excreted and are not re-ingested. This process is known as cecotrophy. The European rabbit's natural predators include the red fox, martens, weasels, European polecats, stoats, lynxes, and wolves. Among birds, birds of prey, owls, and larger members of the crow and raven family also prey on rabbits, contributing to the natural predator-prey relationship. Rabbit populations are also heavily affected by myxomatosis, a viral disease caused by the myxoma virus, Leporopox virus myxomatosis. The virus causes severe swelling of the mucous membranes, making infected rabbits easy to recognize. Although the disease has a mortality rate of approximately 40 to 60%, the more recent spread of rabbit hemorrhagic disease, RHD, caused by a calicivirus, has had a devastating impact on rabbit populations throughout Central Europe, with mortality rates approaching 100%. A characteristic ectoparasite of wild rabbits is the rabbit louse, Hemodipsis ventricosus. Because Australia lacked natural predators of rabbits, their populations expanded explosively after their introduction, leading to intense competition for food among rabbits themselves, intra-specific competition. Attempts to control their numbers through fences, hunting, and poisoning proved largely unsuccessful. As a result, the myxoma virus was deliberately introduced into Australia in 1951 as a biological control agent. However, after about 20 years, rabbit populations developed significant resistance to the virus. Consequently, in 1995, another biological control agent, the rabbit hemorrhagic disease virus, RHDV, a calicivirus responsible for rabbit hemorrhagic disease, was introduced in an effort to reduce rabbit numbers. The French microbiologist and university professor, Paul Félix Armand de Lille, 1874 to 1963, was largely responsible for the near collapse of wild rabbit populations in Europe, with far-reaching ecological consequences, including severe declines in the Iberian lynx population in southern Spain. Seeking to control what he considered an excessive rabbit population on his estate in Maillebois, Eure-et-Loir, France, he deliberately infected 2 wild rabbits with a Brazilian strain of the myxoma virus on June 14, 1952. The virus had been obtained from Lausanne, Switzerland. Within the following 2 years, myxomatosis spread across nearly all of Europe. This event triggered an ecological catastrophe because wild rabbits constitute the primary prey of the Iberian lynx, Lynx pardalis. As rabbit populations crashed, the lynx population declined dramatically as well. The European rabbit is recognized as a distinct species and the sole member of the genus Oryctolagus within the hare family, Leporidae. 6 subspecies are generally recognized: Oryctolagus cuniculus cuniculus, Oryctolagus cuniculus algyrus, Oryctolagus cuniculus brachiotis, Oryctolagus cuniculus gnosius, Oryctolagus cuniculus habitensis, Oryctolagus cuniculus huxleyi. The species was first scientifically described by Carl Linnaeus in 1758 in the first volume of the 10th edition of Systema Naturae under the name Lepus cuniculus. In 1873, the Swedish zoologist Wilhelm Liljeborg established the genus Oryctolagus and transferred the species to its current classification. Based on molecular genetic data, Conrad A. Matthey and colleagues published a phylogenetic analysis in 2004 illustrating the evolutionary relationships among the genera of the hare family. Their results indicate that the European rabbit is the sister species of the hispid hare, Caprolagus hispidus, a species native to the Himalayan foothills. Together, these 2 species form a distinct evolutionary lineage, which is itself the sister group to another lineage that includes the riverine rabbit, Bunolagus monticularis, and the Ryukyu rabbit, Pentalagus furnesi, while the cottontail rabbits, Sylvilagus of the Americas, and the pygmy rabbit, Brachylagus idahoensis, form the sister group to these 4 species. The cottontail rabbits, Sylvilagus, are a genus within the hare family, Leporidae. All 30 recognized species are native to the Americas, ranging from southern Canada to northern Argentina. Cottontail rabbits derive their common name from their distinctive tails, which in most species are brown on the upper side and bright white underneath, resembling a ball of cotton. The rest of the fur is typically grayish-brown or reddish-brown on the upper body and white underneath. Compared with other hare species, their ears are of moderate length. Depending on the species, they have a head and body length of 22 to 47 centimeters and weigh between 250 and 2,700 grams, with females generally being slightly larger than males. Cottontail rabbits occupy an exceptionally wide variety of habitats. Some species live in wetlands and dive underwater when threatened, while others inhabit forests and shrublands and are even capable of climbing trees. Additional species occur in deserts and mountainous regions. Despite their ecological diversity, all cottontail rabbits depend on adequate cover, particularly dense, low-growing vegetation. Unlike the European rabbit, cottontail rabbits do not dig their own burrows. Instead, they occasionally use the burrows of other animals or seek shelter in natural ground cavities and dense undergrowth. Most species are crepuscular or nocturnal, although they may sometimes be seen during the day. They are generally solitary and remain active throughout the year. Their diet varies according to habitat, but consists primarily of grasses and herbaceous plants. During winter in colder regions, they also feed on bark and twigs. Based on molecular genetic data, Conrad A. Matthey and colleagues published a phylogenetic analysis in 2004 illustrating the evolutionary relationships among the genera of the hare family. Their results indicate that the pygmy rabbit, Oryctolagus idahoensis, is the sister taxon of the genus Sylvilagus, together forming a single evolutionary lineage. In some classification systems, the pygmy rabbit has even been included within Sylvilagus. This lineage is the sister group to another clade consisting of 4 monotypic genera: the European rabbit, Oryctolagus cuniculus, the hispid hare, Caprolagus hispidus, the riverine rabbit, Bunolagus monticularis, and the Ryukyu rabbit, Pentolagus furnesi. Together, these groups are in turn the sister group of the true hares, Lepus. Cottontail rabbits have numerous natural predators, including coyotes, foxes, weasels, birds of prey, and owls. They are also hunted by humans, both as game animals and for their meat, and because they can cause considerable damage to agricultural crops. In several U.S. states, they are among the most popular game species. Habitat loss poses a threat to several cottontail species, and 4 species are currently listed by the IUCN as vulnerable or endangered. Unlike the European rabbit, cottontail rabbits are largely resistant to myxomatosis. They usually develop only mild symptoms, if any, but serve as a natural reservoir for the myxoma virus. That's it for now. In the next episode, we'll take a closer look at Sudowoodo and its surprising connection to all eumetabolian Pokemon. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and tune in next time as we continue exploring the Tree of Life, Pokemon Edition.